Come one, come all. You are now plugged into The Ox, your weekly source of hip-hop, rap music, and everything underground. Roll yourself up something potent, pour yourself a drink, get yourself comfortable. We finna chill.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of The Ox Podcast. As always, it's your boy Stilo, aka OG Homunculus, and I am joined by none other than the President of Da Souf, Altair Kareem, out here plugged into the motherfucking Ox. Let me hit the motherfucking... I'm so fucking gassed. How you doing today?
I'm pretty good, you know. I spent most of the day inside, had a couple of days off work, so I'm just trying to get back in the groove. I like to stay making music. I was talking to my engineer earlier,
Right on.
Just anything, just doing what I do.
Staying cozy, doing the shit that needs to be done, hanging out. Honestly, fuck, like in this day and age, especially as just like working people, it's like we said, trying to not break the law. Like we're doing what we can,
Yeah,
type
trying
shit.
our best.
Type fucking shit.
Getting second jobs and shit.
Trust me, oh my god, like it's kind of crazy because I feel like a lot of us in like this underground music scene are making like such crazy art, but then it's like, yes, time to go clock in at 9 a.m. on Monday. Very, like it's fucking wild out here. But yeah, we're here. We're locked in. I just got off of a day of work as well. So we're feeling good. As per little tradition of my show, I always like asking my guests, what have you been listening to recently?
I've been listening to a lot of 509 BMG when I'm in my car.
Yo,
I be bumping him heavy. He's sick as shit.
Crazy. Like fucking nuts.
I've been listening to him. I've been listening to like Chris Cornell, like Soundgarden, Temple of the Dog, Pimp C.
Yep.
You mentioned him earlier, Big Crit.
Of
Very
course.
huge inspiration for my production style, for real. But yeah, just Southern hip hop, some angry, sad, depressed rock music, shit like that.
Type fucking shit, actually. You gotta balance the both, right? Like I love this hip hop shit. Obviously, that is like my lifeblood. But sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and like go back to like some old Linkin Park records and like just enjoy them for what they are. I went back. This is like some real childhood shit for me. I don't know if you've ever listened to Billy Talent before.
No. Not familiar.
Okay. If you want some like real fucking edgy, angry rock shit, they have this album. It's like they're self-titled, but they're second self-titled. Swear to God, that's like top 5 rock records of all time for me. It's crazy. That's
dope. That's dope.
Definitely give it a peep if you're trying to get in that like angsty kind of bag. You know what I mean? Most definitely. Right on though. Yeah. Typical. We love it. I love the fucking Southern shit. This is why I'm so excited to get into the record that we're going to get into. But for tradition of my show as well, for anyone who is not familiar with Altair Kareem, if you could introduce yourself, give a little rundown of the shit that you're about, the shit that you're on, all of that.
Well, as you heard, I'm Altair Kareem. I'm from Johnson County, North Carolina. If you don't know where that is, that's a little southeast of Raleigh. But it's towns in between there, so don't get them twisted. They're very different places.
For sure.
But I'm from out middle of nowhere, and I make mixtapes. That's really what I do. That's part of the Southern hip hop shit. Like I just dropped my first album, but before that I had 8 mixtapes? 7, I can't remember. And we got plenty more on the way. I'm part of K9 Angel Girls, interstate group, spans from coast to coast, full of transgender Black hip hop artists, and we doing shit big this next year for real.
100%. We were talking a little bit like before we got on the air about like the collective of like I said, for lack of a better term, there's a disturbing lack of like real niggas who are trans and genderqueer in the scene, and like the shit that y'all are doing is so fucking important. Like I've tapped in with Lorelei, Melody. You mentioned as well like Michimani and K9 Angel Girls. That's like the whole collective.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, went in and tapped in with a few like the records, the songs, and like y'all are doing important shit, and that makes me just happy to hear. Happy because we need more of that. You know, like I'm not about to get on here and start throwing shots, but like we spoke a little bit about how Black transgender women get like an awful amount of discrimination just off rip, off like fucking bunch of cornballs and all that shit. So it's cool to see waves being made, you know? It's dope. It's dope. It's dope. And yeah, like, I cannot stress enough how much I've been listening to this album and absolutely fucking loving it. So for context of listeners who are listening to this podcast who might not know, we are going to be talking about the debut album. Altair Kareem is the President of Da Souf, which is, as a debut record, absolutely fucking insane. Like, this thing is, I can't stop listening to it. Like, it's kind of a running joke on my show that it's Stilo glazes his guests for an hour and a bit. And like, genuinely, I can't stress enough just how much I've been fucking with this thing. It's crazy what you did. It's crazy shit that you did.
I appreciate that, Heavy. And I would say, like, maybe I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's good that you like know the art you talking about is people that invite rappers onto their podcasts or they talk shows. They don't give a shit about their most recent album. Don't give a damn about that. Even though I think Vince Staples once said, he's like, you got 12 songs you trying to eat off of, but we want you to kick a freestyle.
I want you to rap right now. Fuck everything else that you did. Like, nah, like what are we doing, you know?
Yeah.
I think there's a disturbing lack for real appreciation of the art form and, you know, the effort that artists are putting in, especially within this underground, because you released this independently, correctly? Or correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like who's really doing that right now? You know what I mean? Like we got so many dope independent artists that are doing this shit, and like it just goes to speak on like the quality of the work and like the dedication and all of this. And like it's so sick. And this is coming off the back of like you said, like a crazy run of like fucking 8, 9 mixtapes. Like hold on, let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 mixtapes technically if we're going by your Bandcamp. So like
some of them are easy, I guess. I don't know.
Fair. Honestly though, it speaks to the body of work and it speaks to the work that you're putting in. It's commendable. Truly. So getting right into the record, the title that you are the President of Da Souf makes a pretty bold claim off the rip and really was one of the things that made me like, oh, this is gonna be like crazy. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to know like the inspiration behind the title and why like this was the direction you decided to go with it. Because like all over the album, you have like little interludes of, you know, like like you're literally making presidential orders on this thing, right? So
yeah,
I kind of wanted to know like what the vibe behind that was.
Well, like I said, I listen to like a lot of Pimp C, EGK, and Bun B actually has a record that he released while Pimp was in prison called Trill, and on the first or second song, he has Jay Prince introduce him as quote unquote. Jay Prince is the Speaker of the South, and he's like, "This is y'all new president," and Bun B hops on this fucking. It's so 2000s. It's got this like, you know, very basic. I don't want to say basic to like talk down on it, but it is. It's a simple chop. Like it's an 808 snare and the bum 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 bum. It's very funny, and it's not just like a sense of humor, but it's like during that time, the South, and even now, you know, like. But during that time, the South was such a discriminated place because, you know, when you look at the history of the South in America and its culture, like it's always been a majority, like, well, not maybe majority, but like 40-50% black place. Like it's the blackest place in the country. And so when tragedies like Katrina, like fucking Hurricane Helen, like the wildfires that we saw in the past year in the Carolina region. Like when those happen, people don't want to give no help because it's black folks down here.
Yeah.
They really, so like looking at the political state we're in, like, and then also just looking at the music that I've always loved. I the idea had been sitting with me for a while.
Yeah. And I think we might have. Oh no, there we go. Sorry, my internet's off fucking bean today as well. It really does go to speak because like I feel like I say this as a Canadian, which is a little crazy, but like the South has always been kind of like the birthplace of so much culture, like black culture and like hip hop. Like I think of so much of the rap music that I love and the shit that I grew up on, and a lot of it is coming out of the South. You know what I mean? Like you look at like even like me growing up, like the old Gucci Mane tapes and like the Outcasts and like all that shit. Like it's born and raised in the South. You know what I mean? And like it's just so cool to see how it's evolving and the shit that's coming out of it now. Because like I got a lot of friends down there. Actually, I have a few friends. I'm not going to dox them, but a lot of folk that are living in like Durham, Raleigh, like that kind of area, and like all the time they're putting me on new shit and like. It's funny. The homegirl actually knew about your record. I mentioned just offhandedly, yeah, I'm interviewing, and she knew about your music just like off the fucking strength.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's.
I mean, I did. If it was somebody from Raleigh or even like Eastern Wake County, they might have seen my flyers because I did. I put some up in Clayton. I went to Raleigh, and I tried. I wasn't tall enough, but I tried to put it over the mural because we got a mural of it's got Kendrick, J. Cole, Nicki, and Drake. And I tried to cover up Drake's face, but I was not tall enough. I was not. That shit like 7-8 feet off the ground.
Yeah. And it's not like you're gonna be out there with a fucking step ladder. Like, nah, like that's
It was already, bruh, and again, like I'm not a city nigga like that. So they was mad at me trying to park places even for like 5 minutes. They was furious. They was coming out, they don't like just yelling, calling other people to come yell at me with them.
That's crazy fucking work. That's crazy work.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. But it really does go to speak that like you're making an impact, and like the work speaks for itself, and the music speaks for itself. Like it's crazy. It's so cool. And honest to God, like as someone, I fully, after listening to this thing, you are the president of the South. Like I have no qualms. Like I fully agree with that sentence because like it's fucking crazy. Like off first listen, the Be Free Act, like, oh my God. I was like, yes, this is an official bill being passed. Actually, this is so fucking real. Like, oh, it's crazy. It's so fucking cool. Yeah.
And that's a song that I produced myself. Like it feels so good to be able to make art out of that. As long we mentioned like computers earlier. Like I don't know how to work this bitch. It's slow as hell. It's so slow, but I can still make a beat like that and then also rap my ass off of it and have it like be a very like I think it will be in time a well dated like sentiment. Especially because like beef like in hip-hop has always been a thing, but it did explode like a couple summers ago. People were all trying to diss each other no matter whether they really hated each other or not. And I did mention rappers by name on there, and one I even specifically I was like, you want that nigga attention, that's what you're doing this for. It's very sad. And it does even your fans a disservice because I know rap crews that have fans of your crew in them, and they'll try and defend you to me because I say that what you doing is whack because ultimately you still didn't get that guy attention, right? You still did not succeed. And now this other guy is trying to tell me, this unrelated guy from states unrelated to either of y'all hometowns is telling me I should respect you more than the other guy. And then like also trying to say like, oh, well, I'm not a fan of either. I'm just saying for the record, because they don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to look like dick riders. And it's very sad. So we gotta put a pin in that. Gotta write that into effect. Gotta make sure, like,
Totally.
if we're mentioning rappers by name, if we dislike them, we dislike them.
We gotta stand on that shit. We can't do the
Yeah.
half-ass shit. And like, oh, I love it because it's such like a statement piece too. Because like, listen, this might sound crazy. I'm a very kumbaya ass nigga. I think we should all be holding hands in unity and love. But like, if you really want to say some shit, like, say it with your whole chest. Don't be doing this half-ass shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what are we doing? Yeah.
And there's also got to be a reason behind it. Like,
Yeah.
it can't be label politics. It can't be because you need clout, and it can't be because you idolize this motherfucker.
Yeah,
It has to
yeah.
be because you hate that motherfucker guts. You have to want that nigga dead. Like, if otherwise, I don't want to hear you diss something. You shouldn't devote a whole song to why you don't like that motherfucker and his crew. If you don't feel that way, then you have no business writing that diss.
Yeah, none whatsoever. You want him dead in the fucking ground. Like,
exactly. Like, it has to. No, because it really got to come from a real place, and even if it isn't that far, like again, there's rappers that I mentioned by name, like, but I'm saying, like, you're a loser for X, Y, and Z, and I'm cooler than you, and that's why your name is in this song. It's not just you need to get all of your homies out of my way so I can beef with you, so that I can say some Nas and Jay-Z shit afterwards, like, oh, it was an honor to beef with you. Like that will never be what it's about.
Yo, that's too fucking good. That's real shit. That's real shit. And like more motherfuckers need to be on that wave, I think. It's fucking yeah. So on some like meta shit, for lack of a better term, when did the project kind of start taking shape? Like, did it start out as like another mixtape, or did you go into this deliberately knowing that you wanted to make like a full cohesive album, for lack of a better term?
It definitely like originated with the sentiment that, like, oh, I make mixtapes, like, I'm a mixtape rapper. Like, I rap about smoking weed and driving my car and fucking talking to pretty women. Like, I'm a mixtape rapper. So when I want to make an album, like a personal, intimate statement, I did kind of slow down probably about a year and a half ago when I had some, like, because that was when some of the like best beats on the record took place, where I was like, okay, this I'm putting this in lock and key, because this shit too fire for anybody else to have, or for me to not rap about something that means shit on. You know?
Totally. And it explains kind of like the politically charged nature of the album as well, for lack of a better term. Like, I don't get it twisted. I love me some mixtape shit. I love just rapping about fucking rapping. But there's a noticeable difference between the other shit and this, that like there's a lot more like, this might sound off, but there's a lot more like intent going into it, where you can tell that like what you're talking about is a lot more deliberate and like fleshed out, for lack of a better term, because there's like real political shit being talked about on this. You know what I mean? Like the state of America, the political state of the world, how black people are being treated, not only in the South, but all across America, all across the world. You know what I mean? Like, especially with what's going on right now with like ICE and all that shit. Like, it's important shit to talk about. And yes, you could put it on a mixtape, but I think having this being your quote unquote debut, and having like these things being talked about is like such a sick fucking, like, it's just fucking sick. Like, it's so cool. And yeah, like it's brilliant to see like how the whole thing kind of took shape, and like listening to it, and like with me being familiar with your past work and hearing the difference between that, like it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And like, yeah, it's fucking, it's crazy. It's genuinely crazy. I'm talking in circles a little bit, but genuinely, like, I think more people need to be, of course, aware of the issues going on in the world right now, but there needs to be more art that talks about it too, you know?
Yeah,
it's
certainly.
wild. It's wild. So a big thing that I kind of picked up on is, obviously in all your music, you talk a lot about like Southern identity and being, you know, from Carolina, and like, you know, a country rapper, for lack of a better term. How much would you say that experience shapes your sound and identity? And would you say that, like, this is kind of a stupid fucking question because I think it pretty answers itself, but like that Southern identity, like, is such a big part of your music. Like, how do you explore those themes without it being redundant, for lack of a better term?
I mean, I feel like it well, for one, like, you do apply it in different ways. Like,
Mhm,
I mean,
mhm,
it being from the South, you can be like, oh yeah, I'm just a Southern weed smoking boss, whatever. Like, but then you can also be like, in the manner that I did, like
mhm,
using not only like the history of Southern hip hop, but the state of things happening outside of the South and in it,
mhm,
like, to address what is going on. But it just, I don't know, the
mhm,
way that it formulates who you are, especially in the context of hip hop music, is very fascinating.
mhm, mhm.
Because think about like just 25 fucking years ago, didn't nobody want to hear nobody from North Carolina?
No,
Like,
no.
nobody wanted to hear that shit. It was all New York,
Mhm.
LA, and then they were starting to bubble up in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people didn't want to hear much outside of the big city noise or
Mhm,
the,
mhm,
like, more traditional boom bap styles. That's something that's very much like, I in my beats, I'm a sampler. Like, if
mhm,
you
mhm,
really listen, like, I am chopping my ass off, but I do make sure to implement, like, I'm gonna put a heavy ass bass in here. I'm gonna distort the fuck out of the bass and EQ it up in the sample so that it rocks with the kicks and the 75 snares I have per
yeah.
second. Like,
Yeah.
that stuff, it very much, it's more than just like the accent that you rap with. It's
Mhm,
also how you have to handle yourself when you appear in places and
mhm.
when you speak on whatever you speak on.
Yeah. It's like the jargon, for lack of a better term. It's the production, it's the sound, it's everything that goes into it. You know what I mean? Like, it's really cool because there is, like, at least in what I've listened to, there is like a distinct Carolina sound. And then even getting deeper than that, like, you can break it down to like cities and like counties and shit where it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's such a specific style of like this. And then like, oh, they, I couldn't speak of any example off the top of my head, but like in Raleigh they do like their snares like this and they mix them like this. In fucking in Greensboro they do it like this. You know what I mean? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's so fucking cool. It's crazy. And like, I think it's really funny. Like, I keep saying that as like a Canadian witnessing this, because like I'm in a whole fucking different country with fucking snow on the ground right now. You know what I mean? But like, it's just so cool to be able to like witness the culture and like see the sound evolve. And like, from what I know of, Southern hip hop, like this album is such a love letter to that. And like, you can really feel the roots and like the soul that goes into it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I right now I think my favorite track off the record is Doll and Alvis / I'll Be There. Like, that sample and the drums and the little like fucking bass line in the back, like everything about
Mm-hmm.
that just like screams like culture to me. And it's so fucking cool. Like, I'm telling you, this interview is literally just giving me glazing the entire fucking time. Like, it's
Hey, I appreciate it. Like,
100%.
that in that song, like, you're absolutely right. Like, that song is very much a love letter to the South because, again, I'm
Mhm.
saying, like, I mention like tragic events in the
Yeah,
recent
yeah.
history of my region, and then like even in like little bits of it, like you can hear I think at the beginning of the first verse, I say, "Ali so country from the South, and yes, I love it, man."
Yeah,
And I put the "Love It, Man" from the Houston rap in the
yep.
background, like, because again, like, it is. I want to be there for the South. Like, I want
Mhm.
to make a lot of sentiments that resonate with the folks that are just like me.
Totally. And it really speaks on that. Like, the homegirl I mentioned earlier, like, she listened to this thing and was like moved by it, like genuinely, wholeheartedly. And she did want me to tell you as well that like you're making really important music for like the scene down there and just like the scene of hip hop as a whole. Cause like nobody else is really doing this shit. Nobody else is really like putting it on their shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, it's, yeah, it's crazy. Shout out to the homegirl Mac, by the way. I know you listen to this. Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. And like I feel the album definitely is like a very important piece in that sense where it's putting the Southern identity and soul like kind of on full display, like in such a prideful way. And I think that's such a cool flip because like I feel, at least for me, like outside looking in, the South kind of gets like a bad rep, for lack of a better term, of like, oh, like it's racist down there. Oh, there's this, there's that. There's, you know, mega churches, like queer people are discriminated against. And that's why I think it's so fucking cool that a black trans woman unapologetically is just repping that shit and like putting it on your fucking chest. Like, we're here, we're alive, we're making fucking waves no matter what way you flip it. And like I'm moved by this shit, yo. Like it's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts.
That means a lot to me. It really does. Cause that really is it. It's like, it's not that none of that shit is true, but that shit is also true of most of America, right?
Yeah,
like,
without a doubt.
And then on top of that, it's like, I get so much love out here. Like you just said, a person that like is for Raleigh just genuinely knows about my music. Like, and I will show up the places with rappers from Raleigh that I don't even see like day to day, but they care so much just seeing me. Like they like, again, like shouts out to homie Cardigan. That's another like queer rapper from down here. They show me mad love, and it has actually like transformed the way I see shit, because it's like, damn, people treat me like I'm family.
Type shit, 100%. And I feel that's how it should be. You know what I mean? Like I'm not involved in the scene down there, but at least in the scene up here, like everyone, we treat each other like it's family. And I think especially in this underground shit, like that is so important, where anything else aside, it's like we're both from this area, we're both about the same shit. That's more than enough to immediately be like, boom. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, it's crazy. It's just such a cool fucking, I love this underground hip hop shit. I love this shit. Yeah.
It's the whole world.
It really fucking is. Really fucking. And to think, all things considered, like I know the online sphere gets a little fucking dicey sometimes, but to think a lot of this, for me at least, started through Twitter. Like I wouldn't have found your music if not through Twitter. You know what I mean? And that's nuts to me. And there's so many other artists, like artists who have come on the show, artists who I just listen to and fuck with, that I've found through that online space. And like it blows my mind every single day, truly, wholeheartedly. It's nuts. So getting into the sound of the record itself, you produced a lot of it yourself. We also have a lot of other production credit from Jerome the DJ Dead Horses, Chloe Hotline, Molly Magdalene, Marquise, yeah, and Lil Mosin.
Yeah, Lil Mosin. It's like Simon, but like an anagram.
Oh, type shit, right on. I'm low-key fucking illiterate as well.
No, I feel you. They're kind of just names. I think I did say Marquise in the outro. I said Lil Mosin, Molly Magdalene, but you know,
yeah, type shit.
I'm very used to people not fucking being able to read my name, so it's nothing new. Like,
trust me.
Everybody human. You feel me?
Yeah, 100%. So I would imagine that a lot of these producers, like obviously yourself as well, are from the same kind of scene, same kind of area, because I first listening, like I wasn't really paying attention to like the song names and the credits. I thought the whole thing was produced by you, from my understanding. And like, I think that is a pretty big sentiment on how consistent the sound is and how everyone kind of tapped into that soul and that core of it. So did you explicitly like know that you wanted these producers on this record? Are all of them kind of operating with the same kind of MO in mind? Like, what was the vibe behind that?
Well, that's the thing, is I didn't really send them like a whole bunch of like, oh, you need to sound like this. I'm thinking, yeah, none of them but me are from the South. Like, okay. Yeah, Lil Mosin, that's my engineer. He's from Germany, and he mixed the whole album. He's from Germany, and he I'm trying to think. He didn't make any beats for this one, but he did kind of like push some of the sound in the right direction because again, he's the engineer. He knows how the mixing would be, and he knows hip hop and shit like very extensively. So in picturing this record where I'm trying to appear like this very emblematic Southern artist, he very much knew how to put my sound at the front of the mix. And Molly Magdalene, she's from Finland.
Word.
And
okay.
Yeah, no, I said that on the outro. I say my engineer German, my day ones is Finnish. I ain't even seen no terminal. Molly Magdalene has been making beats for me since I was like 18, 19, and I'm 21 now. And so I knew I had to get her in on that because again, she's just so magnificent. And I did hand pick that beat from a track list of a mixtape we had working on together. And I was like, this is really bassy. This is really funky. And I did kind of just like, don't tell nobody this, but I slapped a 3 Stacks flow on there. And that kind of like made it molded what the sound was already pushing towards into the shape of what I feel like the track list would emphasize. And Marquise, if I'm not mistaken, is from PA. I might need to check that again. But the homie sent me that beat like, I want to say 3 months ago.
Oh, word.
Maybe more than that. Like, it was a second, but I bought the beat as soon as they had sent it to me, and I was literally like, I'm gonna use this as the outro because it's such a cipher ass beat. I was like, this loop is so comfy. It's like the horn swell so like beautifully. I'm like, I'm going to use this as the outro. And I think the beat initially was only like a minute and a half, but I looped it up and then I put the fucking sound effects on it, and then you know, like it was just like that's what it has to be. So I'm giving you here's the payment for the beat. It's going on the album. I'm trying to think. Chloe Hotline, though, I will say Chloe Hotline definitely has. There's a method to that madness in the specific being like I needed her to drop a beat for this because Chloe Hotline is a very amazing Midwest artist, and if you know anything about Midwest hip hop, it's very bouncy. Like they're so influenced by like old NOLA music. And like I would say even like mid 2000s Houston shit and all that, like it has culminated in such a very pretty and very varied, very like different sound in a bunch of different cities and states. And Chloe Hotline being from Ohio, she makes so much bounce music. So if you listen to that shit and you're like, damn, and even the ad-libs I'm throwing on there, I am very much like trying to channel the big Frida shaped lion in my soul.
Totally. Yeah. It's that kind of surprises me because I feel like the sound is so Southern. So hearing that like motherfuckers is from like Finland and shit, like that's wild. That's so fucking cool. Word. Yeah.
And a part of that is, you know, it's like I'm trying to think like that's I did produce like 6 beats other than that, so I did kind of dominate it with my country snare bullshit. Totally. But it is also just super like it's a sample heavy ass record, so when they come through and put their specific like spice on it, you hear it more in like percussion and then like the sequencing and stuff.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it could just be the glaze, but I got to admit my favorite beats on the record are the ones that you produce. Like, Oh Let Do It is fucking crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah. I got it. Like, it's crazy though, because I'm looking at the track list right now. All of it is fucking nuts. Like, all of it is nuts. Like, the beat for PAMP, crazy. Like, crazy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I feel so bad for omitting her in the conversation earlier. She's from Connecticut, but DJ Dead Horses is based in North Carolina.
Oh, right on,
and
right on.
She definitely has some more like very like Southern influence shit. Like I if you go and listen to some of her like she has hella mixtapes up where she just remixes a bunch of shit,
Oh, hell
throws
yeah,
her
right
own
on.
beats under stuff. It does like some of her snare rolls, some of her fucking her samples. They're very like you could tell she listened to some country ass rap music.
Yeah, totally.
And when I got her beat, I really was like, because I had the hook for that song for months. I had that shit in my back pocket for a minute, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan on this, and that was, I think, the first song. Yeah, it was the lead single, but it might have been the first song that I had finished recorded for the whole
right
record.
On. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too, because I feel that like that middle run right after the skit from like Donnie Devil, Pimp, Be Free, I Is everything too, like to me that is very much so like the core of the album. Like it quite literally is the core of the album in the sequencing, but like sonically as well, and like the shit that you're talking about, it's so like like it's yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. Just on some shit, because I always like asking this. Was there one particular track that after you made it, you kind of knew would like set the tone for the album?
I don't know, because
pretty stupid fucking question, because
yeah, well, I'm not to agree that it's stupid. I wasn't trying to say that, but I was like, where does that? Because I would say, I don't want to say people are giving me a little bit too much credit for it, but I would say a lot of the sentiments expressed on this just kind of make sense for the person I am and the place that I come from, right?
Yeah.
Like you can actually go back and listen to some mixtapes where I'm kind of saying some of the similar shit. It's just not as like leaning further into that because it's not the whole point of the project.
Totally.
I think a lot of this stuff was already in me, and I just kind of made sure that I used every blot of ink in my pen to sketch it into the words of this record. Like I was just kind of focused on that because I don't know why a transgender woman wouldn't be violent as hell in her discussion of Republicans and whatnot.
100%. It kind of like inherently makes sense, right? Like there's no way that you couldn't be. You know what I mean? So yeah, totally. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I really do think that the cohesion of the whole album is really like a big draw for me because it's so consistent with itself despite having a lot of different sounds and a lot of different areas it's pulling from. Like it really feels like this condensed, like this is the record, this is what we're talking about, this is the sound that it operates in, and like that is very commendable to me. Very, very, very much so commendable.
Appreciate it's crazy. That, Evie. I appreciate it.
For sure. I guess like this, I make a little bit of music too, so I was like asking kind of the process between like production and writing. Do you find it easier to rap on your own beats, or is it easier to rap on other people's beats? Because for me, at least, I find it way easier to rap on other people's beats, as weird as that sounds, where like I can hear something and immediately find a pocket, but when I'm like making the beat itself, I'm like, how am I gonna go? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to feel that way, like genuinely. Even though like I would still do the hell out of that shit. Like I think my first mixtape I have like Molly Magdalene has the only beat that's not by me on my very first mixtape. But then after that, you kind of do see like a larger drop off in the production stuff. But that shit has been resurfacing. Like I have. And part of it is just that I've gotten a lot better at production. Like it's easier for me to make a beat that's easy to rap on.
Totally.
A lot of it is also that I've gotten better at rapping. Like I think I can find a pocket on most anything. Like maybe that's a cocky thing to say, but I used to not be that way. I really used to not be able to rap on drill beats, and now I've come as far as having one on my fucking record that I made. Like, and I don't know. I love just like doing unexpected shit like that with my production because, or just with the beats I choose because it pushes me to be a better rapper. And I think being a rapper is the core of my artistry. Like I never aspired to be a producer like that. And I honestly wouldn't label myself a producer because you can't go find songs that I made beats for other people. I don't do that. That's not something I've done.
It's only really producing for yourself, more or less.
Yeah.
100%. And like, it's one of those things as well where it's like you're not going to put yourself in that box either, right? Because like fuck that shit, you know? And that kind of begs the question as well. How long have you been making music for? Just like completely.
Well, one thing you got to know about me is my dad and my uncle are both rappers. They're like, they were from very early Fayetteville scene, like before J. Cole, before all like any real mainstream bubbling that you would ever find in that, or even underground bubbling. Like it was kind of barren and hard for them to get shows or even like stuff that wasn't just opening for folks. And I remember just like growing into my early teens and like thinking like I kind of want to rap and telling my dad that, and he was like, well, you gotta make real hip hop or whatever, like that chordy shit. So that might have staved me off for a little bit, but I was still writing verses ever since I was like 12 or 13.
Oh shit, right on.
Like, and then like I think I would try and, because I didn't, again, I don't really know how to work computers like that. I mean, that's partially because I got my computer when I was like 17 or 18. Like that was my first desktop right here. And before that, I had a Chromebook that I tried to make beats on, but I didn't even have like FL Mobile or anything on that. Like I genuinely was using like shitty Google Play Store stuff to like fuck with samples. And after I got this Chromebook, it was the homie Daniel, shouts out Daniel, that sent me a mega.nz link with FL Studio 20 in it. And ever since then, I've been just kind of building up the beat make chops. So
that's crazy
it's
to
been
think
a minute.
Yeah, because to me, the sound of like everything you do is like someone who's been doing this shit for like some fucking time now. You know, like I'm super like I love dissecting raps and like really sitting down with a verse and like schemes, flows, everything, entendres, and like you're crazy, like it's nuts. There's a scheme you get into on I Is that is like, it blows my mind every time I hear it because I'm like, how the fuck is she rapping like that? Like, how is she doing this? You're crazy. You're actually fucking insane.
Appreciate that. Again, like I said, I think that's the core of my artistry. When somebody tells me, hey, I want to feature you on my project, they're not asking me for a beat. Ooh, they're asking me to go in that fucking studio and start sweating. They're asking me to go fucking like Chloe Hotline. It's good that you mentioned I Is, because Chloe Hotline has me featured on her most recent mixtape.
Oh shit.
And she sent me this awesome open, and I felt greedy at first, but because she loved it, it makes me so proud in retrospect. She left probably 2.5 minutes there. I put 54 bars on that hoe. I didn't care because the beat was so good. The beat was so fire. And I already love Chloe Hotline music. I was like, let me just do my little thing on her because it's fun. It's fun to fucking rap. It's so much fun. Like once you really do that shit, and again, once you're proud of it, like it's a high unlike any other. Really, like
absolutely.
it's something you feel in your chest.
It is. Like, to me, one of the greatest feelings in the world is like recording a take. I'm a one take fucking demon. I think if I can't do my verse in a one take, it's not even a verse. If I get that take fucking perfect and I listen back and I'm like, yeah, like there genuinely isn't a feeling in the world that comes fucking close to it. Like it's crazy. I gotta check that out then. I definitely gotta check that out because from what I've heard of Chloe Hotline shit, like she's crazy and like you're nuts as well. So Bandcamp, I can find it probably. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think she does have a Bandcamp. But you know, she's also got SoundCloud and like other DSPs. So the album or the mixtape rather was called Fear of the Black Doll. That shit it's tight as hell.
Like, oh yeah, I see it right here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I gotta dial in. Bout that drench. Ooh, that sounds crazy. Okay.
Yup.
Bet. Yeah, and like it goes to speak on community as well, like having a good relationship with your peers and collaborators that you're able just to boom, 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 help each other out, make dope fucking music. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, I guess getting into like the craft behind it as well. What did like a typical studio session or writing session look like for this? Did you go into songs knowing that like, this is what I'm going to talk about? I'm going to lock in for like 3 fucking hours, write it, make the beat, whatever? Or was it a more like spontaneous kind of effort?
I don't know. I guess rapping really is just kind of a spontaneous thing for me, whether it's about a certain thing or not. It's usually just like, all right, I guess I'm not going nowhere. Yeah. I probably just smoked or something. Like I'm gonna go sit down and I'm gonna go write. Like
type shit.
There are definitely tracks where I was like, I'm gonna attack this particular issue, or I'm gonna or at least verses, you know, like at the I remember on a thing too, I was like, I have to speak on like what it means to have Latin American people in your community, because it's a big part of being from the South or just living in a Black community at all. Like they very much are like siblings, and they mean so much to the community. They offer so much to our society, like just by being here. And I don't know. I definitely kind of like had not vague ideas, because some of them are very specific. Like I think it's good that you mentioned Ayaz, because that one is probably the one that has the least direction, but it is flow flexing and it is rapping my ass off. And it's an assertion in the broader landscape of me being a country MC that is talking on this political thing, that I'm a mixtape nigga that's doing something, and I am the title of the record. But it is. I guess it is. It's more spontaneous than it is like schemed on. Like I said, there are like some hooks that I'll keep in my pocket, like pulled in my pocket, and they say you want to. I had that for a minute, but I recorded that in like an hour. Maybe an hour and a half, and I couldn't be more proud of it. The shit was fun as hell to record, and the fact that I think I chose a very good chopping of the verses up. Like it's got 6 verses, but they're all 8 bars, and then again 6 hooks. Like fucking,
it's great. It's so great. It's like I'm a nerd about this shit. I really like song structure and all that, and it's such an engaging listen, because like you listen to the verse and then the hook comes in, you're like, okay, second verse, like the other verse comes in, then the hook comes back, and like you just get into like this fucking groove. And like that goes, like people don't make hooks anymore, and like that makes me fucking sad kind of, because I love a good hook. Like it's crazy.
That's a crazy notion to say, because I remember I literally do remember it being a point after somewhere around my 3rd mixtape where I was talking to a producer. I don't really care about it anymore. Like she was literally telling me like, it's kind of crazy that you always write a 16-bar verse. And I was like, I thought that's what we were all doing.
That's the fundamental, if you ask me.
But when I did like assess that and I started looking, I was like, you know what? That is kind of an antiquated idea. There's a lot of people in the modern day that have, one of the homies in K9 Angel Girls, I have this crazy song in the vault with her and Cardigan, and she has a 13-bar verse on that shit. Like, it's forward thinking at a certain degree. Like, you aren't really confined to an old rule or the way that it worked in the industry 20 years ago when you had a CD full of hooks and verses rather than you know, like bridges and fucking like whatever else you want to throw in there. So I agree. Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead. Sorry.
But I agree that it's like you got to be a nerd about this shit. You have to understand the history, which is why I bring up like more. If you study a lot of modern rappers, you kind of do see that contrast. And one thing about me is that I kind of do listen to a lot of older rappers. That's something that like I love modern hip hop, but I do like gravitate towards a bunch of like classical.
It's the classics. Like it's the classics. Yeah. They're classics for a reason, right? Like,
for certain.
At least in the shit that I listen to, like a lot of the underground scene, which I love, it's really just like, here's the beat. I'm going to spit for 32 bars or I'm going to spit for however much. No hook, no nothing. And like, that's ill as fuck, of course. But at least I guess in recent listening for me, I haven't heard like fundamental hip hop. You know what I mean? Like where it is a 16 and a hook and then a 16 and a hook, or like 8 hook, 8. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, like to me, that is so refreshing to listen to because like, oh, I love this shit. I love it. It's great. 13 bars is fucking crazy though. How does that even work? Like,
Jesus, Cream Parfait is just one of the best rappers of all time. That's how it works. Cream Parfait has I can talk. Let me not get into that because I can really talk about that shit all day.
100%. Does she have a lot of shit out, actually?
She has an EP on SoundCloud, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think she has, like, DSPs or other stuff like that.
If you could please link that to me, because...
I will do for certain. But, nah, she was on 95, 95. Yeah, she was on the second mixtape as well. Like I said, I got a song on with the homie Cardigan with her. But, nah, crazy artist.
Crazy. Yeah, type shit for sure. And like, I live for this shit. Kind of a question that I came up with or thought about as well when we were talking. A lot of the album is obviously very personal. Would you say a lot of it comes from personal experience that you've lived through, or more observation / like, you know what I mean?
It's definitely a lot of observation. I mean, I've definitely, well, no, because I'm kind of a smooth nigga. Like I don't really be getting into trouble like that.
Type shit.
At least not like I know how to move in the place that I was raised, so it's definitely easier for me. And I live in a unincorporated area. Like we don't have a police station. We literally do not, and we damn sure don't have no fucking ICE vehicles out here. So a lot of it is genuinely like, okay, I'm seeing what the president of the United States thinks that he can do. And I'm saying, like, as a figure, what I should stand for would stand against as a president of the South, so to speak. Some of it is definitely lived experience because transmisogynoir is a very, like, penetrative, permeating evil of the world. But no, it's definitely a healthy mix of both. Right. Like, there's definitely some theory that is about to be put into praxis.
Yeah, totally. And like you really can hear that. Like I love the expression like no cap in the raps. Like this is all coming from like a super real place and like a lived experience that like obviously like you're not just talking bullshit. Like you're talking that real, and it's talking from a place that comes from genuine lived experience and observation. It's wild. It's wild. Would you say that writing this album challenged you as an MC?
Not really. Because again, like I said earlier, it's not that I didn't rap my ass off here. It's just that some of the themes that I'm touching on in the album I've spoken on before. Yeah, like totally. it's really not much to me to rap about a particular subject. I think, like I kind of said earlier, like I can find a pocket most places. I could also find a word play around whatever I want to address, even if it's not necessarily something negative that I'm talking about against. Like I told you earlier, I got a whole fucking song about JRPGs. Just got
Yeah.
bars about Final Fantasy and Earthbound, fucking
Right.
Pokemon Pearl, like, like genuinely just like because it and that stuff it definitely exercises your mind to then recontextualize and then rap as hard as you can about the most serious stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
100%. Like you can't have fucking I is without random encounters type shit, right? Like
yeah.
yeah, you can't. It's yeah, that you really do this rapping shit. You really do this rapping shit. Cause like I can't lie, for me, like I'm working on some shit right now and I'm talking about some pretty heady stuff, some pretty personal stuff. And sometimes it's kind of hard for me to get into the bag where like I talk about it while still like being hard. But like you do that shit seamlessly, and like to hear that it's not really like a thing to you, like that's crazy. That you're one of them ones. You're one of them ones for
I
real.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. That means a
100%.
lot to me because sometimes when I get into like the intimate or more depressive stuff, I can be like, I can kind of like get into my own head and be like, even though it wasn't much to me to put the words on the paper and then record them, I could kind of be a little bit anxious about like, damn, am I being too emo here?
Yeah.
Like,
Is this really gonna hit?
Yeah, no, you always have to assert like I'm doing the music of my heart. Like
Yeah.
like and I really want to like approach that when I roll around to making a second studio album, like something that is mo on the emo side, mo like very this is me, but y'all are gonna listen to it.
Type shit. I would love that. Like to me, I honest to God, in my listening, I find I resonate with that shit a little bit more. And I think that would be crazy to hear you get into that kind of bag. That would be fucking nuts to hear like a whole project about that, I think. So I'll be there, like 100%. If you drop that shit, I will be there. Most definitely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%. I guess relatively wrapping up, because I think we kind of touched on like pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. Super heady, open-ended question, because I always like asking these. What would you say that this album represents for you at this point in your artistic career?
It's just kind of like how I'm moving forward, really. Like this is I dropped it at the very beginning of the year, not just because it works with the whole like, oh, I want to be elected this year, put me in office, blah 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 blah. Like it's also like I don't know. I'm kind of a reckless person, even though, like I said, I'm smooth. Like where I am, it's easy. But once I get into that city, you know, people kind of look at me weird because I'm operating confusingly.
Type shit.
I want to assert that I'm a rigid person about stuff like that, and that like who I am can't be silenced. And I don't know. It's just we doing it big and we doing it obnoxious. And we doing it left wing as hell.
Type shit. Yeah. And like it is really cool because like I love mixtapes. Like that is the fundamental. Like we all remember Dat Piff, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know? And like I really like the fact that this is kind of like an album, quote unquote, because to me it very much so feels like kind of a statement piece, like boom, this is the one. You know what I mean? And in a way, I think, like, I put a lot of people onto this record, and this is their first exposure to your work. I think this works fucking brilliantly as that as well, because it really shows, like, here's who you are, here's what you're about, here's the shit that we're on. And like you said, you're doing it loud, unapologetically, like, with all the fucking fire behind you, you know? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, everyone who I've told about this thing has come back to me and been like, dude, this is fucking crazy. You know? Like that
means a lot to me. It really does.
100%. Yeah. Would you say, how do you hope people, especially the folk from the South who are listening, how do you hope that they connect with this project?
I hope you watch out for your neighbors. You know, get them whistles. Definitely buy some whistles. get fucking armed, really. Like that's a big problem
Oh,
with like, because you know, like there's a little bit of hospitality in people's opposition, you know, like they, especially like softer liberals, they're like, well, we don't want no harm, but like they're throwing y'all in concentration camps. Get a gun. Get a gun. Like it, you live in the place where it looks most likely for you to have a gun in the country. Like it makes sense for you to have one. Get
you
one.
may as well get one.
Yeah, especially because again, you gotta. It's not just you're looking out for. You got neighbors. You got friends.
People.
You got
it's the
cousins,
family.
nephews.
Like 100%.
And I don't know. That's really it. Show love. Study the rap history. You know, like. Because that's really all I did to get here.
Actually, there was an album that came out last year. Have you listened to Everything Burns by Nakama?
I haven't.
It's a little quote unquote experimental and a little bit out there, but it touches on that concept of like arming yourself, especially in this day and age where, hate to say it, if shit really goes down, you'd rather have a gun than you'd rather, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you'd be into that. Actually, I'm gonna link that to you after if you wanna listen to some crazy shit. Yeah, because that is a concept. Like guns are treated a lot differently up here in Canada, but like it's one of those ones where it's like you need them if like shit really starts popping off. You know what I mean? And that's kind of something I've been exploring recently. And like, yeah, I think you'd fuck with that album, definitely. Yeah, dope.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, I guess just wrapping up in general. After making something this bold and this much of a statement, where do you see yourself going next? Like, what's up next for you?
I'm definitely gonna drop. I'm hoping to drop a mixtape maybe by the end of the month or early February.
Right on.
I want to do more. If you like look at the titles of my mixtapes, you'll see that my album is kind of a broader part of a series called Altair Kareem is. And one I want to do a whole bunch of those. Like I'm hoping to get at least a couple in this year. I want to do one that's like a grime project. I have hella beats from another homie in Finland that is all about grime. He just loves the shit to death. So I'm gonna get my Dizzy flows on. I'm gonna rap about some heinous activity, like and just go at it as hard as I can. Show the love, because you know people love dance music out here, especially at the places I be at. So I think there's a very large potential market for a southern grime scene.
Yeah, 100%. And you may as well, like you can. Fuck it,
you might as well try.
Yeah,
might as well do it. Like
there's no reason not to.
There was what I had last year that it was like is on Outer Banks vacation. I just did Bay type beats and fucking funny E40 flows and shit. It was because you again, like you said, you might as well try. And to an extent, as like I'm a mixtape ass rapper. Those are scenes that are very important in mixtape culture, like the Bay, like the UK. Like you can even hear some like Memphis shit in some of my songs. Places that really meant something to the art form that I always love to contribute to.
Totally. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Yeah, shit. I think we touched on everything that I want to talk about. Yeah. Sick. Right. Sick. Is there anything else you want to just let the people know? Any shout outs? Anything like that?
Shouts out to K9 Angel Girls. Shouts out to homie Cardigan. Like I said, Zinni Pincher. You don't know her. She one of them ones. Trying to think. Shouts out Molly Magdalene.
Yep.
Go buy a beat off Chloe Hotline. Go do it now. Shit. I know you're listening. I know somebody listening to this and they need a fire 808 beat. Go buy it from Chloe Hotline. She's amazing. I don't know. K9 Angel Girls forever. All dogs go to heaven.
Hell yeah. And for the listeners of this podcast who hasn't tapped in to Altair Kareem is the President of Da Souf, what the fuck are you doing? Go and listen to that shit. It's barely a month into the year. This is already one of my favorite projects of the year, which is going to be in my talks for the rest of the year, quite frankly. It's something special. Go and listen to the mixtapes. Go and listen to 95.95s. Go and listen to Altair Kareem is on the Outer Banks. Go and listen to Word Girl 1 and 2. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, come on. Lock the fuck in. I have the Bandcamp pulled out now. It's on all DSPs, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, fucking Deezer, like everywhere. You have no excuse not to go and listen to this thing. It is a brilliant piece of music. One of my favorites already. It's fucking crazy. And tap in with Ali. All the links in the fucking description. Twitter, Instagram, Bandcamp, fucking everything down there. Tap the fuck in. Y'all are slacking if you're not. Because listen, I be on Twitter a lot. You make some good fucking tweets as well. You make some really good fucking tweets. That shit's
it's because I've been fucking saying reckless ass bullshit on the internet since I was 15 years old. Like, that's really what has garnered it. And people gave me attention that I didn't deserve for it. And that just kind of like it's and sometimes this shit need to be said.
100%. And I'm chronically online. I can appreciate some good posting, quite frankly. Yeah, dope. Yo, thank you so much for coming on and chopping it up with me.
Thanks,
I really appreciate that.
That shit means a lot.
That's love. It's love for real. And like,
it's all love.
Genuinely, everything that you're doing, all the other drops, all the other music, like, I will be there, like, no matter what. I will be listening for fucking sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Most definitely. That's love. I always like closing out the episode by like playing a song off of the project as I do like the little end screen. So if you had to pick a song off the album to play, what's the song?
Ali, you know, the one you've been talking about, Doll in Office. That's a really good one. And
I was hoping you said that, actually. Like yeah. Like, y'all are about to hear it. This is one of the craziest fucking beats songs ever. It's so crazy. I only usually play the first 30 seconds. I might have to let this one run for a little bit longer. So, like, yo, just bear with me for a sec. Thank you guys for listening to the Ox. Tap in with the homie. Listen to the fucking music. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. I appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and bless. And just bear with me for a sec. I'm just going to do my little outro shit. Boom.
Was a young boy from Cleveland, never traveled beyond the corner store.
If you was there for that multi-year pandemic,
if you was there for my
you was there in chimney rocking, you can't stand it, then put a doll in office and I promise I'ma handle it. If you was there for my second show just dancing, if you just hearing me out now is the new candidate. If you was there seeing wildfires in Cameron and put a doll in office and I promise I'll be there for this. I live so country from the south and yes I love it, man. Plus it ain't as nice as here in really any other place. Running, painting walls, making